Welcome to Fast Cars, Fast Girls. We are your IndyCar experience. Well, it is season 5, episode 1, the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama.
HIGPA.
The HIGPA preview.
HIGPA. That
HIGPA.
it might actually be my favorite, initials of all of the races.
I really love it,
It
actually.
just, it just flows well. It's got a good consonant stop anyway.
It does, yeah, HIGPA.
HIGPA.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
We're going to be doing this
So,
the rest of the episode. It's just us saying the word HIGPA for about an hour.
yeah, that's the drinking game. HIGPA.
Yes. Yes.
HIGPA, HIGPA. Nope, not going to be able to say it that fast.
Nope.
Oh, all right. So the HIGPA is at Barber Motorsports Park.
The Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama is at Barber Motorsports Park. Yes.
Oh, it is a permanent road course, and it is beautiful.
It is just outside of Birmingham, Alabama.
You got it. Technically in Leeds, but just barely. You actually cross city limits, like as you're driving into the track.
Yes.
Do you remember that? There's a random sign, like now entering.
Huh? Yeah.
Like what? But yeah, beautiful course. It kind of folds in on itself.
Yeah.
So there's no bad spot.
There really isn't. And with all road courses and street courses, take the time and find different spots.
Yep. Check it out. Travel around. There's a shuttle. There's actually great shuttle service.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ride the shuttle.
They had excellent shuttle service. A couple of stops were a little farther away than I would have liked, but overall good. And I wish there was one at the top of the hill for the campers.
It does suck that there is not, because it drops you off at the bottom of a hill and you basically are looking up a vertical hill and you're like,
yeah, and you're like, really?
This is not worth it for me.
No. I considered bringing a bike the next time we go. Because I feel like that hill won't suck as much with a bike.
I don't know.
Yeah, we might check it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the great thing is you can see most of the course from any seat because of the way it's set up. Even though it's 2.38 miles in length, you can see a hell of a lot of the track, no matter where you are.
Really can. You really, really can. Yes.
And it's great because it's almost like layers. It's like, yeah.
It is. It is. And with that and the pit lane being kind of on the opposite side or the outside of the track, if you're looking at it, people have to remember it's not just for IndyCar and sports cars, but it's really primarily for motorcycle racing.
Motorcycles. It was built for motorcycles.
Cycles.
It's late.
I wanted to say cars, and I was like, that's
not it. But yeah, it was originally a motorcycle course. So those curves and the turns, of which there are 17, and elevation change of 80 feet.
It is not, well, I have to check it. I know that COTA used to have the most elevation change, but now that COTA's not on the schedule, I think it might be back to HIGPA.
It's actually not. HIGPA's only like third or fourth. It's Mid-Ohio has more elevation changes than HIGPA.
That's right, because Mid-Ohio is sneaky elevation changes.
Yes, and Road America as well.
That's right, the hill. I always forget the hill at Road America.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's so long and stretched out that it feels like it's just a gentle downward slant, but yeah, it's a pretty decent elevation change.
That is. That's true. So yes. But no,
the campgrounds in the area around the track are extremely hilly. I will say that. There's definitely more than 80 feet of elevation changes for those of us who walk around.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
At least twice as much.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, it's a good track for racing. It's interesting. It's the first because there's some blind corners. I think there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 blind corners, and one of them you're actually coming down a hill. A couple you're going up a hill for a blind corner. So things can get wily
real fast.
Real fast.
And it's not a very wide course. They actually had to widen it for it to be big enough for IndyCar, and so the that's the rumor.
Yes.
That's the commonly told story at Barber.
Yes.
Anyway. And so, but the racing ribbon is only 45 feet in width.
I mean,
yeah, that's not that much room.
That's not.
So the passes are all super exciting because there's not that much room.
Can't really. Maybe you don't sneeze, okay? Don't sneeze when you're passing.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it really shows off the talent of the drivers at that track.
It does. So with it being the first race this year, it's gonna be. Yeah.
I think it's gonna show us a lot of what we can expect from everybody.
Both veterans, like the
sophomore class,
sophomore-ish, and then the rookies.
Oh, the rookies.
The rookies.
Oh. So, some history about the Grand Prix. You want to take that?
Sure. It was IndyCar first race there in 2010. Our drivers will do 90 laps for a distance of 207 miles. The lap record is Bourdais in 2016. He hit just over 124 miles per hour. Most wins as a driver, Joseph Newgarden with 3, so nobody is surprised that the team with the most wins is Penske with 6.
Yep. The results, 2018, Newgarden had the pole, and he also took first place on the podium. And second place was RHR, and third place, Hinchcliffe.
For those of us who may or may not remember, that was the Grand Prix of Alabama.
Indeed it was. It got red flagged, and they ran it on a Monday.
Yeah, I remember that.
And, yep. James had to apologize to the guy that cleans out his car.
Because, well, when nature calls, one must answer.
You have to answer. You can only ignore for so long. Only for so long. 2019, Sato got the pole, and he also took first place. Second place was Dixon. Third place, Bourdais. And that was the year that we went. And damn, that was an exciting race.
That was. And it was also like weird because they first had Firestone brought the wrong tires for like half the field. Right?
And that's so, right. And so half of them were practicing on the wrong compound tires.
Older compounds. Yes. And then the Fast 6, there was no Penske or Andretti.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, are we in the Twilight Zone? Like
qualifying opposite world? And we were just like, what?
What the fuck just happened here?
Well, and then,
yeah, that was wild.
And then, of course, it did not get held last year.
Nope. Because COVID ruins everything.
Because it does ruin everything.
It does. COVID is the worst.
COVID's the worst.
The worst.
The worst.
This virus is a prison. On the planet bullshit. This virus is a fucking prison on planet bullshit.
In the galaxy, this sucks. I'm not gonna finish.
In a galaxy that sucks donkey dick, I think.
Well, yes. I just didn't know if the powers that be would let us say that on a podcast.
Powers that be.
I don't know.
It's just us.
The FCC. FCC. I was like, not the FDA, not the FTC, not the FAA.
Yeah. FCC.
A lot of initials. Cycling through my brain.
A lot of initials.
Not the FSSA. I mean, that's just for me.
Oh, not the FDA. All right, 2021. What are you most excited about for this race?
I mean, it's the first race. I think so. The biggest part is seeing everybody over a race. Well, we're not going to be there, but all the cars on track, because it's not just IndyCar, it's the lights, and didn't run last year, IP2000 USF. And what's really cool, if you all have the Peacock, lights, qualifying, and races are also shown on Peacock.
That's right. Which honestly, that link that Prix put out that you retweeted is awesome.
Oh my God, yes. I think that one
has expired, but I'm sure there will be other ones, and they almost always do a deal for May.
That's what I was thinking. Like, they would be stupid if they weren't like, it's the first race. You get so many dicks off, and then
Right.
if not, so yeah, that's I think just kind of seeing everybody getting out there, getting going. How about you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um, I'm going to be most excited about the rookies because we have a very
Yeah.
non-rookie class. And so I'm excited to see Grosjean,
Yeah.
because
I
he's used to road and street courses.
was gonna say I feel like he'll do well actually.
I think that, yeah, I feel like he's gonna look like a veteran on some of these courses, like Barber, and St. Pete that we're gonna go to.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how Jimmy Johnson does. I say in his first race because it is a tricky track,
It
not the tricky
is.
triangle, but um, but it can be, yeah, it can be a tricky track, like you said, with some blind turns and things. So I'm I'm very excited to see how he does as well. But yeah, I just really feel like Grosjean's going to kick some ass.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, since we didn't have this race last year, you know, even some of the veterans, it's been a hot minute since everybody's
It
been here.
has, and also it being the first race.
There's always first race kerfluffles.
Yes, there's always kerfluffles. I think it might also be one of those where like we have a yellow flag before we get one lap in
Oh yeah, I mean lap
because
one, turn one might be a bitch.
yeah, I mean people they're excited. They didn't get to race here last year, and I
Yeah.
just feel like there's a high chance of fuckery.
Yeah. 100% chance of a shit show.
Yep. Partly cloudy with a 99% chance of shit show.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So that's I think what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
rookies.
I will so this is kind of it's new this year, but it's not new. Because of last year, remember they condensed schedules down. So this year they are for St. Pete. So of course there's always an exception. So like street courses might be different. But for
Sure.
these road courses, there are no Friday practices. It's two practice sessions and quals on Saturday, and then a warm up and a race on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Hmm. It's yeah, I always like the 3 days because it gives you a little bit different weather and I think kind of prepares you better
I think
for
I mean,
adjusting, etc.
I see that, and I think it does give the teams more time to adjust. But they were talking about it in the thing today, and like the teams are like, it is nice, but also it cuts down on overhead costs because now you don't have to have everybody like
There
there for an
and
extra
set
day,
up and
really. Yeah.
yeah. That makes sense.
So I mean, we'll see. It worked okay last year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and yeah, as long as we can get the Fast Six again. I
We should.
just hate the doubleheader rules.
So this one isn't a double header. So we will have the Firestone Fast Six.
Excellent.
So yeah, so qualifications for road and street courses. Round one is the two groups. Round two is like the fastest six from each, and then the Firestone Fast Six.
Whatever you drive a
Drive a Firestone.
Firestone.
Why did they not ask us to participate in that competition amongst the drivers? I don't know, because we're the best.
Thank you.
You're
We are
welcome.
the best. We say it all the time.
All the time. Ooh, also, sorry, if you are listening to the sound of my voice and you are not able to catch qualifications on Peacock or the timing and scoring app or the IndyCar app, stay off the internet because they're going to do like a replay on NBCSN later in the day, but like everybody's going to ruin it for you. So just know that.
Yep, it's true.
So like
Just
just
go on
know
social media at your own risk.
putting that out there, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, people can't be trusted to
I mean,
not ruin a spoiler.
I'm going to tweet about it. Like it's going to
Uh,
happen. I'm not
duh.
going to like yeah, it's not being like, oh no, people can't see it. Sucks to be them. I have Peacock.
Right. It sucks to be you. You knew what the schedule was.
Right? I told you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not at all.
What do you think the people should pay attention to?
So, I enjoy this track because it has those tight turns. Like one of them is 180 degree, like it's a hairpin turn, but it also has some swoops, some like
Yeah.
long swoops. So teams really have to kind of mix the car setup.
Yeah. It is.
So that's going to be fun to see. Like, okay, who can handle the turns versus who can handle the longer kind of straightaways? That's always fun for me. That's always been one of my favorite things in races is like, okay, they have speeds on the straightaways, but they loosen it in the turn. So let's see how this plays out.
Yeah. That is always fun. Yeah. Because you got to kind of find a balance and
it's A, it's hard to do under normal circumstances. B, they tested, but testing is never, so it's not like you can just look back to last year because it's been a bit.
Been a little bit.
Been a little bit. How about you?
Yeah, I think that, paying attention to who's good on the straights versus who's good in the corners is always fun. And I enjoy watching and practice and things, like a specific spot and seeing how each driver does through that spot, like we do with your dad at Road America.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of sit by one corner and it's like we just watch everybody's line. And so I enjoy at that track, like in different areas where you can see different things, just kind of seeing who's got what line and how it works out for them. And yeah, I enjoy that, especially since it's a narrower track,
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like there's a wide variance, but 6 inches can make a world of difference in those turns.
Yeah.
So.
And then I would also add, especially at this race, because I think people don't realize it at this race, and maybe they'll do a good job of covering it. But like in 2019, we had drivers making moves like mid to back pack. So like during the race,
whole time,
like don't just pay attention to the front, because I think it was Marcus Ericsson in 2019. He jumped up like 13 spots.
Yes.
And like I think Simon also did it. So like Simon and Pato. So don't be afraid to watch mid-pack in this race.
Yeah. Watch your favorite driver, even if it's not in first place.
Exactly.
Because, there's always good action.
Oh, yeah.
Always good action somewhere in IndyCar.
Yeah.
We guarantee it.
Yes.
All right. For those of you who are going in person, we do have some excellent race tips.
Yes.
And if you are listening to this podcast on the way down, and you missed out on these tips, don't worry. There are Walmarts everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. So, number one, here's what you're going to love most about Barber. Cleanest porta potties.
Oh, my God. Ever.
Anywhere. I won't even say of any racetrack. I will say of anywhere that I have ever been for any reason, including some bougie outdoor weddings I've been to where they rented like the super nice ones that basically look like a regular bathroom. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's a setup like that. I mean, they're regular porta pots. They're just cleaned like 100 times a day.
So damn clean.
Never went in one that had any smell.
No.
Not a single one.
A wasp in one. But other than that.
Yeah. I mean, but they can't control that.
No. That was the only complaint.
Yes. And I mean, but the beautiful part is that it was easy to avoid that one, because where they have porta potties, they had like 10. It wasn't just 2 with lines, a half mile long. There'd be 10. And there were some that were marked women only.
Yes. But there was all clean.
All clean. There was an abundance of handicapped restrooms as well. If you, like me, have a lot of things with you that you don't want to set on the floor of a porta potty, there's a little shelf in the handicap one.
Yes.
And so, I could set my backpack down. It was, very nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Love that. The Wine and Beer Fest.
Yes.
Fabulous, but dangerous.
Dangerous.
So, set an alarm on your phone for like 30 minutes before the race starts, because, you might get too drunk and almost miss the start of a race.
It's fine.
I've
there.
Seen me do it. Yep, we were there for green flag, so
green flag, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Also, and we didn't get to do this last time, but we have to like remember to do this at some point.
We got the museum.
The museum. So like the whole reason this started was because Mr. Barber loved vintage motorcycles, and so he was like, "There's not really a museum for this," so he like created one for like U.S. and international, and it first legit started off with like just his own collection of vintage motorcycles, and now it's like the largest one in the world and has the largest collection of Lotus race cars. So it's right there on the grounds, like it's there.
And there's a very cool vantage point because you kind of with the elevation changes on the property, you walk across kind of like a bridge, and then there's the museum, and then there's like an overlook area with I don't know, I don't want to call it a deck because it's more that it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful spot to take photographs, and you are not allowed to get to that area unless you
The museum.
go through the museum. And so you either have to like pay for the museum tour or be like a museum member.
Yeah.
Um, we were told not even our hard cards would get us that far. So, I mean, we might still try, but
Yeah.
ain't mad at it. But yeah, it's a great spot. So yeah, we have to go check out the museum next time.
We do.
We just kind of ran out of time last time.
Well, it's our first time there, so
Yep, and
kinda.
we both had to like work and get back, and so now we know.
Yes. Also,
Now,
and I oh yeah, we know.
oh, good.
I was just say, as we mentioned at the top of this, if you're going to be there, again, use like the Road to Indy Kids races and practice, and just like check out different spots of the track. Like,
Absolutely. Well, and
just
most people head down on Thursday or Friday, and so I feel like that's going to be good not having IndyCar on those days because the people want the racing, and so I feel like it's going to be really good for the Road to Indy.
I think so. I think that actually will really help them because they start Thursday.
Hmm.
So like the USF is there Thursday, and then all of them run on Fridays. So definitely.
And the people are going to be there. They're going to be camped out, and they are going to be jonesing for some speed, like we all are.
Yes.
Jonesing. So, yeah, check out the Road to Indy Kids. They have some good racing.
It's gonna be good. It's a good crop this year.
Plus, get to know tomorrow's IndyCar stars today. Thank you for joining me on that.
You're welcome. Oh, I knew where we were going.
Oh, right? You already know. You already know. It does tend to storm at least once in Barber
Yes.
every fucking year, apparently.
Yeah,
So
apparently that's the thing.
that's a thing. So make sure that you're skilled at dropping your canopies.
In a moment's notice.
And at a moment's notice. And if you're at somebody else's campsite, make sure that one of your friends is a runner who can jet back to your campsite and
Institute
drop
the
the
buddy
canopy.
system.
Yep, and I'm the make sure you have all our shit person. Molly is the run and drop the canopy person.
It worked.
It works. I mean, we can't both be runners.
No.
We can't both be bring the shitters.
You gotta have one of each.
Yep.
When you camp.
Exactly. If you're thinking, should I bring my more waterproof tent? The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't ruin our weekend, but it stormed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like it stormed like decently hard. Not Iowa hard, but it was windy enough that a lot of the paddock lost their tents. Like Chip Ganassi, their big tent over like their hospitality just flew over, just tumbled.
Mm-hmm. It was gone.
Dead. He dead.
we have debris.
We have debris. We were safe because we were next to a motorhome that blocked the wind for us. So thank you, Dave and Doug.
Thank you, David Doug.
So yeah, that happens every year.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of different things going on throughout the day.
Yeah, they've got like the car corral is there. There's like a midway.
Yeah, it is. And were there a few rides?
Yeah, there was like a Ferris wheel, not like a huge Ferris wheel.
Yeah, but like a medium-sized Ferris wheel, like like a
fun festival.
Festival.
Yeah, those are the type of rides that are there. Like there was I think there might have been like a, like the dragon ride with the kids. It just goes like woo.
Oh yeah, like the little a kiddie roller coaster. Yeah, just a couple of those, and And so, of course, fair food, but there were multiple food options there.
Yeah, there were. There were.
Yeah. And their food was excellent. Um, I do remember that we were like, damn, Barber, it's hard to impress people who have had the food at Road America, but
But
well done.
well,
Well done. Yeah.
well done. Well done.
Hats off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the good fried fair food, I think we got a funnel cake.
I mean, if
I mean,
there's
not like I think we each got a funnel cake.
if there's fair food, there's a funnel cake, and if there's funnel cake, I'm getting myself one.
I know this. I know this for a fact. Oh, funny story to you. Well, and the listeners, you can enjoy this too. So I've got a photo wall that has been started that you saw in our live, but I'm going to cover the whole wall in IndyCar photos, and there will be an entire collage of Molly with nachos. Every photo I have of you with nachos is being printed and going in a big frame photo collage.
We might have to sell that for the listeners.
I am happy to make that. Maybe we could auction it off.
No, I'm just saying, just copies, prints.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that'll be our Christmas card this year. Is just you with nachos.
Merry Christmas!
Like one photo of me. Well, what's funny is that, and I don't know why, but in a lot of them, you're wearing your like magenta, fuchsia Fast Cars Fast Girls shirt, and so I was like, is that a double? And so I'd have to like stare in to figure out what food stand it is, to figure out what track we're at. Yes, because you're with nachos so much, and a majority of the time you were wearing that specific shirt, and I don't know why. It just happens to be that way. Like, I think in probably more than half the photos you're in that shirt. Yeah. There's one actually where you look like super duper skinny. I'm gonna have to send that one to you actually, because yeah, like that. I mean, it's good enough to put on a dating profile. You look good,
especially when you hold on a plate of nachos.
Right? I mean, it's like it's like I'm a runner, but I like to party.
I run because I love nachos. Okay, let's be very clear.
It is pretty clear. So yeah, yeah. You know what? I will be publishing the Molly Nacho collage. So if you're interested, let me know.
Worried.
Our DMs are going to be really fun this week. Speaking of our DMs, if you don't already know, yeah, do not send nudes.
Feet.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said, but I was like, people are like, send nudes. Do not. So if you don't know already, you can find links to all of our social media on our website at www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. Molly has a lovely blog on there. In fact, she's written about Barber in the past, so you can look into the archives and see what she's had to say about it. You can link to all of our
Friday.
Would you say you're dropping one Friday?
The Barber preview.
Ooh, there we go. The first blog of the season.
Blog of the season's got to come out.
Talk dirty to me. I love it. So first blog of season 5 coming out Friday. You can sign up for emails on the website as well. And Molly never sends more than one a week, if that. If that. It really more is just a notification when a blog comes out.
I think it's like a weekly, like, here's what's been published. Like,
yeah.
So you get like your inboxes.
Yeah, no, we will not abuse your emails. We are not those people. So feel free to sign up. You can listen to us on any podcast hosting app. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we are available. And if we're not, let us know, and we will make sure to rectify that situation. We are on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Forget anything? I feel like I did. I don't know. We're on all of the things.
Yeah, we're on the things.
We're on the line. So
Facebook.
Exchangeogram. We're on there.
On Google.
So we're on Google. And you can also listen to our episodes on YouTube as well. So make sure you check all of that fun stuff out on our website. Again, www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. And of course, although it doesn't apply to Barber because we won't be there, but if you see us out and about at a track, come on up and say hi. Let's chit chat. Let's get to know each other. And if you are at Barber this weekend, even though we're not there, if there's anybody with flamingos, we want to see photos. And if there's just anything really good, post a photo and tag your favorite podcasters because we want to feel like we're there.
We
So
do.
any of you guys that are going, please help us feel like we're there in person.
Enjoy and help us enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Um,
Well, I think it's time to start making. Oh, yes.
oh, I was gonna say, any other tips?
I think we've covered it all.
Yeah. Oh, bring comfy shoes. Like bring good
Oh,
tennis
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah. I feel like that always goes
Yeah.
without being said for us.
But like some tracks are flatter, so you can get away with like flip flops or like something cute, maybe like the small wedge or whatever. This is not that track.
This is not the track.
This is not the track you're looking for that.
No.
But yeah, I think it is time.
All right. It's 2021, first time of the season. We're gonna make some calls on bets.
Call some shots, man. Let's call some shots.
Do this. All right.
You know what did we call shots on who we think was going to win the championship or just who we wanted to?
We didn't do that at all.
Did not. Like, holy shit. I was like, I don't think we did this. We didn't call
did
shots
not.
last week. You know what? Let's do those real quick.
All right.
All right. It's obvious. Okay. Molly thinks Ross is going to win the championship. I say Pagano is going to win the championship.
Maybe that's why we didn't.
I mean, I'm wearing a Pagano shirt right now.
I mean, I was going to wear my Rossi shirt to sleep in. It's my sleep shirt for race weekends.
Well, obviously. And our checkered sleep shorts that we each have. I keep saying our like we share them. We don't.
We don't. It will be making an appearance at St. Pete, though.
Damn right. I've got a Rossi sleep shirt, a Polo sleep shirt. How many drivers are you people sleeping with?
I was right there.
I know you were. Oh, all right. So, on to the gambling for this race. Calling the shots, some hot takes. Who do you think is a good bet, Molly?
I honestly, and we've talked about this, and we might have the same. I think Grosjean's going to be actually a good bet. This is a track that's similar to F1 with your clustered turns and sweeping straightaways. I can see him having a good race. Now, I don't think he might podium, but since he's a rookie and new, he won't be worth as much. So you're going to get a really good ROI.
Yeah, no, you absolutely will. I 100% agree with that. I also think Bourdais is because I think he's going to be counted out a little bit because of his age. And he didn't race that many races last year. What'd you say?
Also, he's with Foyt.
Hateful. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that.
But am I wrong?
No, I didn't say that at all.
Am I wrong?
Not implied. So I think, and since he only raced like one race last year, with all the things that got canceled, he should be pretty cheap to pick up. Yeah. And I think that he has experience on this track, and he's won, and he has the fastest record, fastest lap, etc. Grosjean is very good on the street and road courses, but Bourdais has experience, and he also just has the age and maturity to not do stupid shit like get into a crash lap one, turn one. And he can see those things happening and avoid them. So I think Bourdais is a pretty good bet for this one.
Yeah,
I think that would be a pretty good ROI as well.
Yeah. Who do you think for bad bet?
I mean, you're just not going to get a good return on your investment betting on Newgarden or Dixie. Yeah, there's a good chance one of them is going to win, but you're just not going to win that much money for betting on them.
I agree. Yeah.
Yep.
I wrote Scott, and then I put a note that says, if Abby says him, then Newgarden, as he's been pretty dominant here.
There we go.
But also with the first race of the season, gut is like, oh, let me say Scott or Newgarden's going to win. Yeah, they will, but odds are they will, so you won't get any money.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah.
You were really betting.
Yep. And then first out.
So I have one. And I just want to say this is not the start of a hate campaign. But I do think Jimmy Johnson might be the first out. I am happy that he came over to IndyCar and is trying all of
Sure.
this, but this is not a track that is similar to any NASCAR tracks. We have very tight turn
Radii.
radii. I was like, wait.
Yep, radii.
And this is a hard track for somebody, especially on their first time out. So I don't, I don't look for him to be just a shit driver, but I'm like, this is not the track for him.
This is kind of a trial by fire track,
Yeah.
especially with the blind turns and things. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm with you. That's a solid guess. Um, I also think it could be one of our sophomores who gets squirrely.
Mm-hmm.
One of our sophomores who's going to cause the lap one, turn one, just because they got squirrely and
They got
wanted to
put on
zip
the
around, or
big boy pants and they still don't fit. So yeah,
yeah, they write a check that their puppy dog ass cannot cash,
cannot cash.
cannot cash.
Mm-mm.
So I think possibly Dalton Kellett.
Yep.
Um,
See that?
yeah, like just trying to do
Trying to
some
make some
moves.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, now I'm blanking. Pato has been decent there, so I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Um, but then again, it is the first race. Yeah,
Shit could get wily.
hell, it could be Sato. Who
I
knows?
was I was thinking in my mind, I was like, also one could say Sato. Because
One
he
could say
won
Sato.
last year. And so there's all or not last year, but last time.
Mm-hmm.
He was last year's 500 winner. So there's always some weird extra pressure of wanting to do better and kind of prove
Mm-hmm. And
and
I
win
mean,
it and wreck it.
I mean that is Sato, win it or wreck it. Like betting on him to be first out is I mean at least 50%
It's
return.
at least 50. And like I want to say last year, but it wasn't. It was 2019. Thank God we're not going to talk about
I
this
know.
much longer. But so it was like he and Ray Hall. So they had a Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan lockout. And like literally there was like a quote. Bobby was like, we have had to tell him, don't go 120% right off and like knock your teammate out.
That's right.
I'm like, there's just a moment where you're like,
That's right.
uh,
We heard that straight from the horse's mouth because that was the golf cart ride that we got from the Ray Hall
yes.
Letterman Lanigan team.
Yes.
And yeah, we cracked some jokes and they were like, "No, really."
But for real, we've had to tell him that. We were like,
We've had to
wait,
tell him
what?
like, "Bro, it's more than one lap.
Please
Just
don't crash out your teammate.
settle in."
Okay.
But
No attack. No
funny.
chance.
It was very funny the way that they said it.
Yes.
Uh, well, excellent. Well, what about our drinking games, which will be available on all of our social media,
All of the socials. So
all of the things.
choice. I I think I have to go old school and like nostalgic. I think I'm gonna have to do some Oliver Winery Moscato as a tribute.
Well, first off, I'd like to say, where are we watching the race? Because we actually haven't really discussed that.
I know we got to figure that out.
Um, all right. So if you're going to do Oliver, I mean, obviously it'll be one of our houses then.
Well, I mean, if we go somewhere, I can also grab a cider because they had a lot of good ciders there.
That's true. They did have a lot of good ciders. But yeah, we're going to have to drink something that we tasted there.
Yeah.
For sure. So, yeah, that Oliver Cherry Moscato is damn delicious.
Damn.
Yeah. I think I might pick up that and some pear ciders. I do still have some Guinness. That's just for you in case you would like Guinness.
I was like, okay, we'll talk dirty.
Right? I'm like, no, it's for you.
But also, one has to remember that you are flying out to St. Pete the next day.
Yeah, which means I'm not driving.
Well, I just meant like you need to pack at some point.
So I'm actually going to do that Friday because we have an Easter egg hunt with the little niece and nephew on Saturday because they're young enough that they don't know when Easter was and they were out of town on Easter. And we always do an Easter egg hunt the Saturday before Easter with the nieces and nephews. So we just pushed it back a couple weeks because, well, they don't know the difference.
Because they don't know. I mean, why not?
They don't know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I was going to do it Friday because I'm doing that on Saturday. So yeah, because I know Sunday, going to get a little tipsy watching the race and I'm going to be useless and I've got an early flight. So I know myself.
Okay.
I know. Although the last time I packed ahead of time, it didn't end well. So I don't know. Maybe I will just do it Sunday night. Sorry, guys. That's a joke just for us. But yeah, I think you're right. We have to pay tribute.
Little tribute, little homage.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right. So here's when you're going to take a drink for this race. If they mention fans being there and that it wasn't held last year, any mention of either of those things, take a drink.
If they use the phrase "it's good to be back," that's a full drink, and that's yes, because they like to say that it's good to be back. Nope,
maybe that's just a twofer.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant, like a two instead of just
I was like not a like slam your drink.
No.
You know what? That would cause everybody to miss green flag.
Yes.
And definitely miss checkered.
Yup.
But yeah, it's gonna be back. That's a twofer. That's two drinks.
Twofer. Yeah.
If they show Renus's crash,
I can see them replaying poor Renus's crash from the IMS test.
Yeah, I think they're going to, and they're going to talk about it.
And then also, if they do that, they most certainly will then say, well, we still don't know if there's going to be fans at Indy. So I feel like that's just a drink until they announce fans at Indy.
That's a twofer. No, any mention of fans at Indy is a twofer.
Yes, or if you're like me and just want everybody to shut up about it and just let it go and roll with it, that might be a finish your drink for me.
You know what? I feel like that's drinker's choice.
Yeah.
Yep. You can go either way. It's up to you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have our season-long drinking games.
Ooh, maybe if they do, like, all of the statues. If they show the statues.
Oh, shit. The statues are definitely,
the spider is 2 drinks. Everything else is... No, the spider is 1. Everything else is 2 drinks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. For when they show them or when they talk about them.
When they talk about them, yes.
Yes. So, and that's another thing that we didn't mention that's cool about the track. I mean, those statues are cool, but they're especially fun in a drinking game. I see you've got another co-host joining you.
Yeah, he's being aggressive.
He is an aggressive cuddler.
Okay, well, this is
a pillow wall.
He climbs over the pillow walls. The pillow walls don't stop him. It's a cat, guys, not a man.
That's probably good to mention. Honestly, think about how funny that conversation would have been if it was about a human.
they climb over.
He's being pretty aggressive right now.
The pillow wall won't stop him.
He just climbs over. That's right, Molly. Oh, all right. Season-long drinking games. The words moisture, rain, any talk of precipitation or radar.
Yes.
That's a drink, but it's a double when it's at Mid-Ohio or Barber.
Yes.
So it's a double this weekend, kids. Stock up.
Be prepared. They're going to talk about it.
Anytime they continue to mention that Pato and Colton were Indy Lights teammates.
I honestly thought it would only be last year. But they've already started about it again, and I'm like, guys, they have been in the series now for 3 years. Like,
can we let it the fuck go?
I mean, yeah, it just okay, cool. Anyway,
it baffles the mind. Heavy focus on Jimmy Johnson at the expense of either better storylines or other rookies. Because we all know that he's going to get a lot of face time. And don't get me wrong, I like Jimmy Johnson. He seems like I like him.
He seemed cool. I'm
excited he's here.
Not a hate. Okay, this ain't a Jimmy hate.
No. Love Jimmy. But we want to hear about everybody. And we think that it's just going to dominate. It's going to be a lot of Jimmy Johnson talk. So
if the Rolex 24 was any indication.
Jesus, God.
I'm sorry, the Jimmy Johnson 24.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then anytime they talk about who can stop Scott Dixon and any other variation on that theme, that's a drink. Because will be literally, it's going to be the first race. I've already seen talk about Scott's 7th championship.
Dominance. And I'm like,
we haven't even had a race. I'm not disagreeing.
Right. Like, I'm not saying that, but like, can we pause for a minute on that though?
Like, yeah, no, like I'm not saying that they're wrong. No. I'm just saying you don't start selling Christmas shit in September.
No. Well,
okay? That's all I'm saying.
Agreed. All right.
Well, we're near the end of the episode.
We are. I think we got to wait.
Yeah, we got to white flag this thing. We forgot to warm up the tires. Oh, we never do on a preview, do we?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a preview today.
Yeah. Yeah. So, my white flag, I'm just so excited. I've already put the race decorations on my door. I've got a little checkered yarn thing and 2 flags. So I actually did that last week because I was like, you know what? Race season has started. I'm ready. And so every time I come home, I get to see checkered on the door and it's exciting. So that's my white flag is it's never too soon to start decorating for race season. And I'm just so damn glad that it's finally here.
Yeah, that's it. Like we waited. I'm ready for the season to get started. I'm ready to start talking about races again. Start watching cars. Like, let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. LFG.
LFG.
So, all right. Well, I guess all we can do now is wave that checkered.
I think you're right.
Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.